What if a library didn't just lend books, but borrowed people? Imagine walking between shelves only to vanish into the pages of a story that isn't finished. Some people return, some don't. And one boy came back with a message from inside a book, a message that changed the town forever. In the quiet town of Hollowgate, there stood an old stone library. People said it was beautiful. People also said it was dangerous. The librarian, Miss Ira, always greeted visitors with a warm smile, but her eyes always had a hint of fear, because she knew something nobody else did. Some books in that library didn't like being read. They liked choosing readers. 10 years ago, a 12-year-old boy named Aaron Vale walked into the library. He was curious, imaginative, always hungry for adventure. He pulled out a dusty blue book titled A World Waiting. The moment he opened it, the lights flickered. A cold wind rushed through the shelves, and Aaron was gone, vanished without a sound. His family searched for years. The town slowly accepted he was gone forever, but Ms. Ira never stopped worrying, because she knew the book wasn't finished. Exactly 10 years later, on a rainy evening, the library door creaked open. Ms. Ira looked up and dropped her teacup. It was Aaron, still 12 years old, not a day older. He was soaked from rain, holding the same blue book. He whispered, trembling, "It finally let me go." Miss Ira pulled him inside quickly, locking the doors. "Where were you?" she asked. Aaron's voice cracked. "Inside the story, the book wrote me in." Aaron explained that inside the book, only 1 hour had passed. But to the outside world, 10 years. The moment he opened the book, the world melted away. He found himself in a kingdom made of ink and faded colors. Characters wandered, repeating the same lines, stuck in loops. They were waiting for a reader to come finish the ending the original author abandoned. Aaron tried to escape, but every page he turned rewrote itself. The book didn't want a reader. It wanted a character. Miss Ira shivered. "Why did the book let you go?" she asked. Aaron held the blue book out to her. A page was sticking out, ripped and worn. "It didn't want to," he said, "but someone inside helped me escape." "Someone?" Aaron nodded. "A woman. She said she'd been trapped for decades. She pushed me out of the ending and stayed behind." He handed Miss Ira the torn page. Her hands trembled violently, because on that page was a name she never thought she'd see again. Emily Ira, her younger sister, the sister who vanished 30 years ago. Tears streamed down Miss Ira's face. She confessed. The library had been built by a strange author who believed stories weren't dead things. They were hungry things. Some unfinished books developed a will of their own. They needed readers to complete them, and sometimes they kept those readers forever. Ms. Ira's sister was the first person taken. Since then, Ms. Ira had become the librarian to protect others, but she failed to stop the books. "A book only lets you go," she whispered, "when someone else takes your place." Aaron looked at her with wide, scared eyes. "But she told me something," he said. "She told me the book wants you now." Miss Ira opened the book with shaking fingers. Inside was a glowing doorway of swirling ink. Her sister's voice echoed faintly. Ira, finish the story. Aaron grabbed her hand. You don't have to go, he said. But Miss Ira smiled gently. I made a promise long ago to bring her home. She stepped into the book. The doorway closed. The library fell silent. Aaron stood alone in the quiet library. But on the librarian's desk, something new appeared. A fresh blue book. Title: The Librarian Who Returned. Aaron opened it slowly. On the first page, written in glowing ink, were the words, "To be continued." He smiled, because he knew some stories don't borrow people forever. Some stories bring them back,